Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started.
Yo! Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning 2 coffees deep. I'm jacked up today. What's going on? Bitcoin getting a move back up to the upside. Saw the title. Any hope of a Bitcoin bounce? And that pattern that we actually talked about yesterday, that I was like, I'm not sure about this one. Actually, did end up playing out. That's why you know, when you don't have confidence in the charts that you're drawing and you let the chat get to you, there's no way we're going up. That's when you make the wrong decision, okay? So this falling broadening wedge looks like it did break to the upside. Hallelujah. Hallelujah to all the bulls out there. That did break to the upside. So far, so good on that one. What's going on? Cryptos Aren't Us. What's going on, buddy? Franklin, what's going on? Mike, Neil. What's up? Who's up? Who else is in here? Alan, what's going on, buddy? Alan said, please, Jordan, please don't yell I have a hangover. Alan, why do you have a hangover, man? You watching the Bitcoin dump too much last night? I think you were, man. Hi, Java. Java? It's Java with a B, my man. It's not Java. Come on, man. Get it right. It's Java. B. Yazarov. Java with a B, man. I saw Waterfly in here. I saw everyone in here this morning. What's up, Drunk Bear? What's going on, Keith? Good to see you guys. Good to see you. All right, so let's jump out of the Bitcoin charts, guys. We actually got a lot to talk about today. As far as, what can we expect from the stock markets today? The stock market's going to continue to drag Bitcoin down, or are they going to allow Bitcoin to come back up to the upside? Let's talk about it. DXY also at important spots, right? Euro USD at an important spot. Tether Dominance at an important spot. ETH at an important spot. Everything's at an important spot. So let's talk about it this morning. Oh, hi, Java. Java equals coffee. Does it? I don't know if it does, man. Anyways, let's jump onto the charts, man. Let's jump on in. Jump on in, man. So, guys, I mean, just to state it up front, this falling, broadening wedge pattern that, to be frank, like, even last night, I was looking at this and I was like, dude, there's probably no way that this actually plays out. You know what I'm saying? So, there we go. This actually played out to the upside. Now, be careful at this spot right here. Okay, be very, very careful, because if you look at what Bitcoin's basically done, it's basically just came back up to, and this could change real quick if Bitcoin wants to go up a little bit higher here, but be careful right here at this region. You see this right here, guys? This is a very, very important level for Bitcoin right here. You take a look real close. This is basically just the previous support and previous resistance. What you don't want to do is basically just flip that into resistance again. So we also have the 50 EMA coming in right here. We already got one wick to the 50 EMA. Second push, trying to get back above it, struggling a little bit at the moment with that 50 EMA. So if you have, be very, very cautious, very, very cautious. If you entered a position in right here, if you entered it down here, congratulations, you already got the move. Congratulations. Be very, very cautious as Bitcoin comes up to this level right here. If Bitcoin can get back above this green box, though, it has a lot of room that it could run, actually. And I won't be surprised it actually comes up to this 200 EMA, which we'll talk about in a second. But be very cautious as we come in right here, my friends. What's going on? Yasseref, what's up, buddy? Love the smiley faces. Are you having a good morning, man? I could tell by the emojis that you're putting in the chat, my man. I could definitely tell. Let me take a sip of water here real quick. All right, Bitcoin trying to break this resistance, guys. It might. Let's see if it has the juice, bro. Let's see if it has the juice. It all comes down to, can Bitcoin have the juice? You can see volumes coming in this move. This is actually one of the few times we've actually had volume being pushed up to the upside, right? You see these yellow vector candles right here? That means you're seeing volume come into the market and trying to push you back over that 50 EMA. You want to seek the continued volume pushing you back over this important level right here, guys, if we want to have any chance of coming up a little bit higher, my friends, all right? Let's see. What's going on, cryptos? No poll this morning? You want a poll? You want me to start dancing for you, Lazarus? I'll try dancing for you. Let's do a poll real quick. What comes first for Bitcoin? This has been the common question, right? 22K. Let's do 22K or 19K. 22K or 19K. What comes first for Bitcoin? Let me know in the poll on this beautiful Monday morning, man. It's the start of the new week. It's everyone's least favorite day is Monday, but it's my favorite day. You know, it's my favorite day, to be honest. All right, Bitcoin, 4-hour time frame. Actually, let's go back to, let's actually go back to the 4-hour, real quick. So 4-hour time frame. We did have some bullish divergence. Like, it was taking a long time to play out. And sometimes, like, even I get caught up in this where, you know, I don't see that initial move off the bullish divergence. You do have lower lows and you do have higher lows coming in on momentum, which is bullish divergence. Now, once again, be careful. You haven't really got anywhere just yet, right? You're getting a move, but you haven't really gotten anywhere. You're coming up to that 20 EMA. Be careful as we come up to this level, man. Very, very careful, especially as we come up to this 20 and the 50. That's the last time we kind of went sideways until we came up to this, and then we obviously continued down from there. We're kind of going sideways now as we're letting these catch up to us. So be careful on this move. I will say this, though. I will say this. There is liquidity up here to come back up and take. You guys see this giant wick right here in this vector candle up here? Back up to 20,800, all the way up to 21,800. There is liquidity if they want to come back up and take this liquidity up here. They, by being the market makers, they might, right? They might. It's all a matter of, do they want to come up and take it, right? Do they want to come up and get some of these shorters up here, liquidity, before coming back down to the downside again, right? That's all the big question. Now, you know, once again, we haven't really gotten anywhere just yet, so have some patience. I will say this, though, right? We go over to total market cap real quick, guys. We did break down from this wedge yesterday, and we were finding resistance on the bottom side of it, right? We had 1 touch, 2 touches, and we were holding that as support yesterday, and we sort of said, okay, these break up to the upside 68% of the time. We got to respect the wedge until we break down from the wedge. Well, Last night, if you're watching the stream last night, we catapulted to the downside. But if you look at what Bitcoin actually bounced off of, okay, it was a slight deviation from these previous lows. You might call this a swing failure pattern. What's a swing failure? Is a slight move below, right, or above the previous low, okay, where it gets everyone thinking, all right, we break the previous low, holy shit, we're going to zero, right? Holy moly, man. Swing failure. Holy moly.
Everybody panic, we're going to zero.
But what does it do? It breaks the pattern, goes slightly lower than the previous low, but it bounces right off that golden pocket. This is the 618 Fibonacci right here, man. If we zoom out, let's take a look at the 618 Fib. And we take the swing low, okay, right there. Bada bing, bada boom. The swing low to the swing high. Where did Bitcoin bounce off of? Exactly at that point, or not Bitcoin, but total market cap, which I always argue is more important than total market cap, or more important than Bitcoin. Bounced right off that 0.618 Fibonacci and has now been able to get back into that wedge formation. So let's see. Does it have enough juice to come back up and take? I mean, the level we'd watch is the previous lows right here at 968 billion, which would probably be Bitcoin's test of these previous lows right here at about 20,800. That's the level we were talking about up here before. Obviously, we catapulted more to the downside last night. It was still talking about 20,800. You know what I mean? So overall, the short-term time frames, short-term time frames are short-term time frames. The long-term time frames still look a little sketchy. We'll talk about that in a second, man. You know what I mean? Swing failure, I'm looking that up, and I don't believe that's a term in trading. Dude, that's like one of the most popular terms. What are you talking about, man? Cryptos are us. What are you turning into, freaking, what's his name? I forget. You're turning into Bob at this point, man. You know what I mean? Let's see. I think Jordan is smarter than he shows sometimes. Oh, I am, dude. Just because, dude, people who take themselves seriously are not smart, man. Just because I like to have fun does not mean I'm not smart. Holy moly, man. You know what I mean? So you're totally right, Mike. You're totally right, Mike. Just because I don't wear a shirt and tie does not mean I'm not smart. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? You guys are crazy, man. You love the troll. All right, here comes Bitcoin again. 20,127. Here we go. Here comes BTC. Can we break this resistance right here, man? If we break this resistance, it's pretty much clear skies up here, man. There's really not much until, like we said, like 20,000. I would say 20,600 on the hourly chart. There's really not much here until these like little previous lows. I don't even think there's going to be that big of a resistance, man. You know what I mean? 20,600 is that level I'm looking at. If it can get back, it's got to break this first, though. If it doesn't break this first, it's all for nothing, right? We haven't gotten anywhere yet. But let's see. You're right at those previous lows right here. Let's see if you got the juice, man. Come on. Oh, shit. We're pumping and dumping at the same time. All right, guys, once again, stream's over. Wrap it up. It's too early for this, man. It's too early for this, in my opinion. There we go. Let's see. Cryptos are us. I know you troll me, man. I know you troll me. Neil is really good at trolling me, though. Neil is the best troll. Because Neil says the one thing that pisses me off. So Neil is really good at trolling. Let me turn up my volume real quick because this is ridiculous, man. I can't hear shit. There we go. There we go, man. Here we go. Come on, BTC. Let's get back above 20,130 here, my friends. All right. So let's go to the... let's go... Dude, let's go back to the 4-hour chart real quick. Because, like we said, I mean, there is... You got to go based off probabilities. I don't know if it's going to come up here, but there is liquidity up here for them to come back up and take if they want to come back up and take it, right? It's a big if at this point. Let's continue to watch it. But I want to go to the daily chart real quick. Because the daily chart... hold on, real quick. Okay. All right. Let's look at it this way. Let's zoom out real quick and look at everything for what it is. Okay? Bitcoin, could it still be in this falling wedge? Yes, it still could be. It had a slight deviation below. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Slight deviation below, we're back in it. But you take it for what it is. We still did break from this bear flag, okay? Right? The measure move target of the bear flag, let's take it for what it is, right? Is you take the swing high to the swing low and you extrapolate it down. I mean, the measure move still technically is, to this day, right? Nothing has changed, is still 17,600, okay? So we're talking about short-term moves where maybe Bitcoin comes up and retests, but the longer term is still the same, right? You still have this bear flag measure move to the downside. Daily time frame, we broke down from this bear flag on the daily, okay? You take swing high to swing low on this one, you extrapolate it down. Measure move is still 14K on this one, okay? So you gotta still respect those. As much as I don't want to respect those and I just want to go to the moon, you still gotta respect those patterns, man. You still gotta respect those patterns. And you know, if we go to say the weekly time frame, I went back and I looked, and I think this week is going to be a big week, guys. The reason why I say this is if Bitcoin closes this week red, okay, it's not going to be very good. It's not going to be very good because I went back, okay? I went back and I looked at all the times where Bitcoin crossed bearish on the weekly stock RSI. And I also looked at when it did that and when it crossed bearish on the momentum waves. When it has both of those things, right? When it gets the cross on the stock RSI and then the momentum wave also crosses to the downside, which you can see we got that stock RSI cross to the downside and the momentum waves is right there. If we close this week red, we're going to get that cross. I went back all the times in history, okay? I went back this morning and I went back and counted all the single times. Look at all these lines, guys. This is all the times in history where Bitcoin's had both of those things happen, okay? I went back every single time. Every single time. You can go back to the deep, deep depths of the crypto abyss for this one. I went back every single time we had both of those parameters met. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 out of 19 times where both of those things happened, Bitcoin did have continuation to the downside on the weekly time frame. Okay, now it doesn't have to be this freaking monumental move down, okay? But 19 out of 19 times that this happened, Bitcoin had at least the next week was a red candle on the weekly time frame. Okay, so take it for what you will. I'm just looking at what the charts told me. It is what it is, but that is the case, man. That is thy case. So take it for what you will. I'm not just making it up, okay? I don't want that to happen, but that's the case. Now it's not confirmed yet, so don't get all up in arms and saying, "Holy shit, we're 100% going back to the downside." No, it's not confirmed yet. Okay? You got to have this cross first, which probably means you have to have a red week this week. Okay? Do you have a red week this week? We don't know, right? Maybe Bitcoin bounces back to the upside this week. We have no idea. So wait for confirmation until we get the confirmed close this week. Next Sunday, I'll be on vacation. So also another indicator that we might go back down to the downside, as you know, but take it for what you will, man. Listen, I'm not making this stuff up. Let's see. Dump will be so epic. I will be buying until Bitcoin at 50K, but hopefully most of it soon. Nice, dude. But if you close green, could we be starting our W reversal? Yes, that's the opposite of the formation. If this week closes green, that kind of throws that out the window, at least for another week, okay? And kind of what we said for the longer term time frames, guys, is, you know, this is not a trend line, by the way. Cryptos IRS loves to troll me, man. This is not a trend line. He said that last night. I know he was just trolling me, though. This is just showing a higher low. What we want to see now from Bitcoin, I will say it again, man, okay?
Rant alert.
I believe in the Jordan vacation bearish signal until it fails. Facts. We got 2 days until I go on vacation. Monday and Tuesday, maybe we go up. But the Wednesday midweek reversal is when I go on vacation. So that could be the point where we go down. Anyways, what we want to see for Bitcoin now, guys, is we want to see Bitcoin make that higher low. We've had everything we look for. Literally everything I look for as far as indicators goes. Flashed that Bitcoin should be at the bottom. Okay? The only things that remain is Bitcoin making a higher low and the stock markets not freaking continuing down. We need the stock markets to hold up and we need Bitcoin to make a higher low, okay? We had the pi cycle bottom cross, check. We had the hash ribbons buy signal, check. We're at the bottom of the logarithmic regression curve, check. Okay, we're sitting right on top of the previous all-time high, check. Now we just need Bitcoin to hold up here. Okay, and you can see it's awfully close. Like the previous weekly closes was at 19,250. Okay, we just got a weekly close at 19,500. So far so good. That wasn't the best weekly close though. I'm not convinced on that weekly close. That was actually a pretty ugly weekly close that we had yesterday. As far as candlestick goes, just a complete utter just close right at the lows. It's usually not a very good sign, but we'll see what happens. We want to hold those previous lows like we did in 2018, right? Higher low. Pi cycle bottom, hash ribbons buy signal, higher low, boom. Okay, go back to 2014, 2015. Buy cycle bottom, hash ribbons buy signal, higher low. You're off to the races after that. Obviously, you had a wick blower. We don't care about wicks. We care about closes. So could Bitcoin wick below the previous low? Yes, but we care about weekly closes. Okay, so let's see if we continue to just make higher weekly closes. If we don't, well, buckle up, my friends, because the level that everyone's calling for, which is 14K, may be in the cards, right? And be prepared for that. Don't be caught off guard if that happens. But until Bitcoin breaks the previous low, I'm going to remain relatively optimistic here, okay? So it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so Bitcoin, let's go back to the short-term time frame charts on BTC. BTC still chilling at this resistance level, guys. Still chilling. You got volume breakout, but now you need the confirmed break above previous resistance, okay? So there we go. The DXY, yes, the DXY. Obviously the DXY. I'm actually relatively optimistic about the DXY, guys, and I'll tell you why. Here's my thesis on the DXY. You guys want my thesis? Let me know in the chat. Do you want my thesis for the DXY? Okay? I don't think it's topped out yet. I think it has a little bit higher to go, but I think it's getting close, and I'll tell you guys exactly why. This is just based off charts. This is not based off anything else, okay? So take it for what you will. All right, ETH, guys. Look at ETH real quick. ETH is mooning to the upside. Look at ETH. ETH is up, let's see, kind of just retracing the whole move that we had yesterday, up about 5%. ETH is looking really, really good, guys. And we talked about the falling wedge for Bitcoin. Well, let's look at ETH, okay? One bounce here, two bounces, three bounces. Now you had a slight deviation last night, right? Slight deviation lower. But now we're holding that support, okay? So I think this wedge, for now, is still intact. But just have caution. Why? We look at the 4-hour chart. We're coming up to that 20 EMA. Okay, so we haven't really gotten anywhere yet. So just be cautious as we come up to this level, because if we look left, this is the big resistance right here for Ethereum, right? These previous highs coming in looking left, and the 20 EMA coming in right there. Actually, it looks like Bitcoin's getting the move up here. Here we go, guys. Can Bitcoin smack that resistance? Here we go. 20,165. We're trying to get back above that previous support and previous resistance level. Do we got that move going up right now? Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got going on right now. Looks like the euro's coming up. That's very, very good for the dollar, guys. And this kind of goes with my thesis. Can the euro have a double bottom? If the euro has a double bottom against the US dollar, that's going to mean the US dollar is going to come down, which should bring Bitcoin up. Everything is connected. And I'll give you guys my thesis on the DXY coming up and show you guys what I'm looking at. And no, I don't see anyone else really talking about this. Maybe someone else is talking about this. Maybe Tino's talking about this. I actually haven't watched Tino since he got back, to be fair. I need to go watch him because I need to see what his update is. Maybe one of you guys could tell me in the chat what he thinks is going on here. But I don't see a lot of people talk about the double bottom on the euro, which could bring the dollar down. But I'll talk about that in a second, man. Now we got victors. Now we got victors back down here. True. But victors are a double-edged sword because you want to see volume come in. Does that mean Bitcoin probably comes back to these levels at some point? Yes. But it's good to see the volume breakout on these things, you know? All right, so here comes BTC, guys. 20,190. 20,190. AVAX is one I was looking at earlier, guys, because AVAX was lagging behind the market. I actually did enter an AVAX long because everything else was pumping. AVAX was just chilling, okay? And when I look at AVAX here, and this is sort of assuming that Bitcoin continues up higher here, I did enter an AVAX long earlier today. I look at AVAX, and this is the level I'm looking at for AVAX, about 1970. To take this red vector candle right here. I'll probably TP a little bit as it comes up here. That's assuming that Bitcoin gets up a little bit higher here, but it's got to break this resistance. AVAX was lagging. I was like, dude, AVAX is just chilling. Okay, why? AVAX was pretty much flat, and the rest of the market was up 3%. I said, all right, I'm going to take the coin that hasn't moved yet. All right, so far so good on that one. It hasn't really moved yet either. It's only up 1%. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. All right, so what was I looking at for ETH? ETH is coming up. So ETH is trying to break that resistance right now. It's right at the 50 EMA. Here we go, right at the 50 EMA right here. Bought some too, nice. I don't want to hear your bullish BS. Alan, I know a lot of you guys want lower prices. Listen, like, this is short-term stuff. I still think the longer term looks a little sketchy. The weekly time frame looks a little sketchy to me. These are short-term moves that we're talking about right now. You know what I mean? All right. So that is that, guys. Anyways, you guys want the euro talk, man. Let's go check out the euro real quick while Bitcoin settles, because something tells me Bitcoin's going to start either having a move to the upside or downside pretty volatilely. Volatilely, is that a word? Volatilely. Anyways, here's my case on the euro. Okay, let's go to the euro real quick. Here's my case on the euro. Okay, when I look at the euro against the USD here, okay, let's stick to the daily chart real quick, and then I'll show you guys exactly what I mean on the weekly. Okay, basic thesis: euro goes up, dollar goes down. Okay, here's my thesis here. Daily bullish divergence on the euro. Okay, doesn't mean you have to move. Okay, but this is just one piece of the pie here. All right, lower lows, higher lows. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, right at support. What's that support? The psychological level of $1, or I guess one. I shouldn't say $1. I guess $1, €1. I guess you could say. But psychological level, right, is 1. Bullish divergence right off that level. Okay, we go to the weekly time frame real quick. Why is the weekly time frame so important? Let's zoom out real quick. I think they're coming after Java right now, by the way. Holy moly, man, they're coming after Java. Come on, AVAX, pump it. It's time to get pumpy. Why is the euro important? And this is my thinking that, all right, daily could bring it up a little bit just to come back down, but the weekly is the one I'm looking at. Why? Why is the weekly one I'm looking at? But so $1 psychological level. This is the levels that the euro has bounced against the dollar since 2003. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's coming back down to that level right there, man. Okay? You see that right there? You see that right there? 1, 2, 3, 4, and you got 5 coming in right there. Same thing on the downside, okay? Like this. It's like a big falling wedge, which means there's the collapse of the dollar happening at some point in the future in like freaking like 2030 or something, where you have the collapse of the dollar. Probably. I don't think we're topped out yet on the dollar, but I do think it's getting close. I do think it's definitely getting close. This could wick a little bit lower, bounce off this level, and then try to like kind of mosey its way up over time. But I do think we're getting close to the dollar being somewhat at least flatlining where it is. Maybe it just doesn't dump, but at least flatlining. Okay, that's my thesis, man. Pratish, dark eyes, underman, have proper sleep. Oh, dude, I sleep like a baby, man. I never wake up. Last night I was up a little bit late. Okay, not late. I guess I was up till like midnight last night. Okay, here comes BTC, by the way, guys. Here we go. Come on, AVAX. Feed daddy. Feed daddy. Come on. BTC's coming up, though. Nothing crazy still, guys. I mean, we're gonna enjoy the moves that we get at the moment. Here we go. So 20,234. When he says baby, he means thumb in his mouth. Yeah, I sleep like a damn baby, man. I never wake up at night. Do you guys have problems sleeping, by the way? If you have problems sleeping, I've noticed it's one of two things. You either have a terrible diet, okay? And listen, I don't have the perfect diet, and that's not what I'm saying. But, like, It's either because you have a terrible diet for your body, number one, you're drinking too much alcohol, number two, or you're not. Those are usually two of the biggest reasons that I've noticed. And number three, I mean, those are probably the two biggest reasons, if I had to be honest. If you have problems sleeping. What's up, John? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. I get so confused with John and John M. I get so confused, man. So confused. Look at AVAX. Come on, boy. Get up there, man. To be fair, everything's coming up. ETH looks like it's about to smack that resistance. Be careful on the deviation play here, man. These things love to break slightly above the resistance, where you have all the breakout traders going, "Oh, we broke out! Whoa!" And then we just come right back to the downside. All the breakout traders, man. I remember back in the day when breakout trading used to kind of work. It used to kind of work, and then everyone started to do it. Crypto, Carl the Moon, and then it just didn't work anymore because it's just so obvious now. So there you go, 1512. Here we go. Come on, BTC, give us a little bit more action here. A bit more action. ETH. I mean, the next logical level for ETH, guys. I mean, if we look up here, I wouldn't be surprised. You got some wick resistance down here, but I wouldn't be surprised if ETH comes to test the underside of here at 1555 if it can close above here. Okay, you're right at the 20 EMA, so you haven't gotten anywhere yet. Your stocks are getting up there on your shorter term time frames are getting a little heated, but just like to the downside, if it wants to move up, it's not going to care about the short term time frames. The stock markets are actually down, which is interesting, which is like why I'm a little bit skeptical of this move, because you got the NASDAQ down, you got the S&P down, and you got Bitcoin coming up. So I'm a little bit skeptical of this move for like a continued move, just because of that fact. I'm a little bit skeptical there. All right, so Bitcoin coming up. Let's see, does it have enough juice to get to 20,600? That's the next logical level that we have. Stress could cause it, that's facts. Let's see. Feed daddy. Feed the daddy, boy. NFT Boogie. Nice, dude. Dude, I love when people get moves correct, man. I love when people get moves correct. It's awesome, bro. It makes you feel good inside when you get a move correct. Like last night, guys. I mean, dude, this is why sometimes I have to trust the charts. Sometimes I get it in my head when I see the chat super bearish, and I'm like, dude, trust what you have on the charts. Last night we had this drawn, right? Actually, this pattern right here is one of the most bullish reversal patterns there is. Okay, which is the falling broadening wedge. We started a dump here. We got the bounce right here, and at that moment when we got that bounce right there, that's when I should have took my long. I should have known at that point that we're gonna come back up, because it was just so perfect, man. Like from the closes, that was just the perfect place to bounce from. I didn't trust it. Okay, but it did end up playing out pretty freaking nicely, man. It is what it is, right? Sometimes you gotta separate what the general sentiment is from what the charts say, right? And that's a perfect example. And sometimes I'm still learning that, man. Like it's all a learning process. Sometimes I get it in my head when I see everyone like super bearish and super like holy shit, and I let that get to me, So here comes ETH. Come on, ETH 1518. Come on, man. Come on. It's the most common in this chat. True. That's exactly why this is a fake out. Yeah, I'm still skeptical in this move. Very skeptical in this move. Like for a continued move. Short term, okay. It was. I mean, it needed a little bit of a relief rally. I mean, it's just been kind of a dumping straight since 25K, all the way down to 19K, and nothing's really changed, right? Nothing changed in the news. We have the same news that we've had, right? It just Powell just said the same thing he's been saying. Okay, so I was like, dude, why is Bitcoin dumping like so fast, and it's not having any reversal to the upside? Well, there you go. All right, so. Guys, what I like the best about what's currently happening is I love the bounce off the 618 for total market cap. I think that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing there, because I've said in the past, like, sometimes it's so much better to look at the total market cap chart than the Bitcoin chart, because crypto is so much bigger than Bitcoin now, man. And if you look at these fib levels, they respect so well in total market cap, even better than Bitcoin. Like if you go to Bitcoin, guys, and you look at its fib retracements from the swing low to the swing high, Bitcoin hasn't really been respecting these, right? It didn't bounce off the 618 here. It didn't bounce off the 786 here. But you go to total market cap, right? And it bounced off the 0.5 beautifully there. Got to bounce back up. Right here, off the 618, getting a bounce. Right? I mean, the total market cap bounces are just so much better than Bitcoin, I've noticed. All right? So let's see if we can get a continued move up. I think, you know, when we look at this, you know, you might be hating on this wedge. And I'm gonna be honest then. This was a deviation breakout to me. If this has enough juice to come back up and retest the top, I'm still very optimistic that this could play out. Okay, if the stock markets can hold up, or at least go sideways, they can at least go sideways. I think there's a chance this total market cap chart could play out. All right. If stock markets keep going down though, it doesn't have a chance. It doesn't have a freaking chance. All right, so 20,274. Come on, BT Sizzle. Give it to him, boy. Oh, man, the AVAX long. Come on. Does it have enough juice to get back up here, though? At 1978. That's the level I'm looking for there. You got a previous low over here, though. It's iffy. It's iffy. It's iffy. It's iffy. 4 hour looks good on AVAX, though. The reason why I bring up AVAX is because I had good signs, right? It didn't break out yet. You had the 4 hour stock RSI cross right there. You had the 4 hour momentum wave cross to the upside right there. That's my setup, man. That's my setup. I watch for the stock RSI and the momentum wave to break out to the upside. And usually when that happens, that's a very, very good sign, man. So that was a nice little move there. And I do that at any time frame, right? Whether it's the 15-minute, hourly, 4 hour, daily, weekly. I already showed you guys the weekly. Right? It's worked 19 out of 19 times to the downside on the weekly. Which the weekly still has that setup if this week closes red, which might be a biggie at this point. Here comes BTC. Here we go. Come on, man. Come on, man. Try doing the fib levels from before the March 2020 crash. You can check that out. Come on, BT Sizzle. Wreck those late shorters, man. Wreck those late shorters. There's a little short squeeze going on right now. All right, 20,600. Can we get to 20,600? That's my level I'm watching there. All right, that's the little old level to watch. Let's actually do a quick fib real quick. Let's do a quick little fibby. Swing high. Swing low. Let's do a quick Fibonacci here. So we're coming up on that 382 retracement. So you might find a little bit of resistance right there. But then you got the 0.5 fib coming up here at 20,000. Yeah, I mean, that's right, a little bit off, but right about the level I'm looking at, which is 20,600, 20,700. It's really a range. I'll probably just make this into a range here. Like this. Right there. Let me make this red. Boom. That's the level I'm looking at right there. Right there. We're going to party. How is dipshit Carl still going? Dipshit Carl. Don't call him a dipshit, man. Listen, he's just a very unique guy. Guys, keep it crypto. Keep it crypto. We can say whatever you want about crypto stuff. Don't get personal, man. Listen, like I told you guys, Carl's not my cup of tea, but some people like him. All right, so let's see. Total market cap. Still coming up. Still coming up very, very nicely. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I think it's likely total market cap comes up and tests these underside of this move here. Yeah, probably these wicks. Yeah, you're coming up to previous highs, right? 1, 2, 3 highs. Previous low coming in right there. So watch 961. We're coming up right to that level right now, actually. Right to that level right now, my friends. setting up the Jordan vacation dump. Facts. Listen. I said the short term looks okay. The long term still looks a little sketchy though, right? So maybe we are setting up the bear market, the Jordan, how do we call this? The Jordan vacation dump. Respect the Jordan vacation dump. Like, I hope it doesn't happen this time. I hope I go on vacation and I come back to like a 30K BTC. Very unlikely, but that's what I'm hoping for, man. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, so let's go back to BTC. So we're coming up to that 382 retracement. What's the momentum wave indicator called? I kind of just, I updated it and made it to my own, how I like it. Let me see. I think it was called, I think it was Lazy Bear. Lazy Bear. Squeeze. No, it wasn't that. It was from Lazy Bear, who has actually a lot of good indicators, by the way. Wave trend. MACD VWAP. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. So I made mine a little bit different, right? Different values and different colors and stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's this one right here. The V... Shit, what was it? It was the Lazy Bear, and it was MACD VWAP indicator. This one right here. MACD VWAP indicator. That's the one that I use. I made it a little bit more custom, though. It's a little bit more easy on the eyes for me. That one has too much going on, you know what I mean? I like nice and simple. Give it to me nice and easy on the eyes. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I think that's that on ETH. ETH is mooning right now. Come on, ETH. Give it to him, boy. Give me 15,555. Come on, man. Can you tell us what your plane takes off Wednesday so we can put in our shorts? We'll call it midday. Midday, okay? Midday. Cheers. Cheers. And what? Don't wanna party. Let's see. Amazing how many dumps were on the weekends. Look at BTCC. A CDA, BTF, you can see the price of Bitcoin with CME gaps. Oh, dude. The weekends are always shady, man. Always very, very shady. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go check out some other alts. So, Near's coming up. So some of these guys could still just be bearish back tests. This one was a little bit iffy. I think we said yesterday you could have drawn this like this. It's not a perfect trend line. I don't love this on Near. But for all you Nears out there, for all you Nears, you got the 4-hour time frame here. Yeah, this was another good example right here. Like, you got the stock RSI cross. All right, so price was coming down, basically. Price was coming down. You had the stock RSI cross to the upside. All right. After that, what I wait for is the momentum wave also to cross up to the upside. All right, so basically right here. And then my third parameter is if it's a bottom, I wait for a double bottom. Okay, I never go in on the first try because I know from my guy Tino, shout out to my guy Tino, that every bottom is usually going to be a W, every top is going to be an M. Right? For example, right here, like most traders right here, and I've done this in the past, would probably go long on this candle right here, right? Because you see the momentum come up, you see stock RSI bottomed out. So they would go long right there. But, okay, if you know, you should expect some type of double bottom. So this one crashed to the downside. Now, you could argue two different ways, and this is why you got to use your own judgment, because you could argue this was the pump and it's going to come back down again to come back up, which might be valid, to be fair. But wait for that move down, okay? Wait for that move down. So this one, it's just an example. But, so anyways, Near. Let's jump back into the chart here. So Near, let's see. Near protocol. This one have a nice wedgie. Let's see. I don't know if this one has a nice wedge. Oh, it does have a nice wedgie. Oh, Near has a nice wedgie. You see this wedgie? Oh, my Lord. Wait, near's right at wedgie resistance, man. Near could get hot and heavy if this wants to break out right now. Near could get hot and heavy, man. Look at this. Downtrend of resistance, downtrend of support. Oh, Lord. Near is looking juicy. If it can break out, okay? Now, obviously, like, I like to wait for, like, double bottoms. This one could come back down first, then to come back up, right? But near is looking juicy right there, man. It's knocking on the door of glory if this one wants to break to the upside. Obviously, you need Bitcoin to stay steady, but, you know, that one doesn't look too shabby, man. Near looks good. Near looks good. The daily time frame, I actually think, is setting up for that, too. If you look at the daily time frame, look at this on the daily, man. Daily time frame, you just got the daily stock cross to the upside, okay? And the momentum wave is about to come up to the upside. Near actually looks really juicy, man. But you got to hope that Bitcoin stays good, right? If it does, near, great setup. You'll probably find these in a lot of different alts. Like, yeah, DOT. Look at DOT, man. These all look good in the daily. It's just that the weekly looks shady. It's such a double-edged sword, right? The weekly looks shady, but the daily looks good. Daily time frame, same thing, right? You just got the daily stock cross, momentum wave coming back up to the upside in a falling wedge, right at previous support. You came back down, you took this yellow vector candle, took that liquidity, came down in a wedge. Is this trying to come back up now? DOT looks good too. You know, DOT has that perfect setup too. Ethereum, we already talked about ETH. Soul. Does Soul have it? Let's see. Does Soul have the soul, man? Does Soul have the soul? Let's see. Jordan, buy the breakout? No, I'm not a breakout trader, man. I don't buy breakouts. I buy supports of a pattern, okay? With my stop loss below the pattern. Buying breakouts? No. We don't do that over here. Because we know what Bitcoin usually does lately is it breaks slightly above the resistance and then dumps right after it breaks out. A lot of the times. And that's why I don't like breakout trading. So right here, downtrend. This one's not as perfect. It's only 2 touches, but this soul chart actually doesn't look too bad. Depending on how you can draw it like this too. This one's a little bit more deep. That's too deep for me, but you know, Soul doesn't have the same setup really, but look at the daily, man. Stocks bottomed out. Daily momentum wave coming up to the upside. Not too shabby. You need to see the breakout, but not too shabby. You can do a look through all these. Look at Chainlink. Look at Link the Slink, man. Link the Slink had a slight fake out to the downside, but the same thing, right? Slight fake out to the downside on Link. But you saw that from BTC and ETH too. Right? Draw like this, like Link. Slight deviation to the downside there, which you saw in Bitcoin and ETH. Can it have enough juice to break it now? We'll find out, right? You'll find that from pretty much every alt. You know what I mean? All right, so Bitcoin, 20,350. Let's see if it has any more juice. ETH getting some volume coming in there, man. Some volume coming in on that 4-hour chart for ETH. Some definitely volume coming in. Too deep for me? It's too deep, man. Get too deep. That's what she said. Can it be too deep? Maybe. I don't know. Can it be too deep? Let's see. That's exactly what the market makers want. Mixed signals, shake out both sides. Facts. It's totally mixed signals. Like, you'll have short-term time frames that look good. The daily looks good. Weekly looks shitty. You know? Which is fine. Like, you can go up in the short term to go down in the long term. That makes perfect sense. You know? All right, Bitcoin's still trying to mosey its way up. The way I'm looking at this is you smack the 50 EMA to the upside. It still makes a ton of sense, and Bitcoin doesn't always want to make a ton of sense, but it makes a ton of sense to come up to 20,600. You know? Makes a ton of sense. Wouldn't recommend putting a long position in right now, though. You know? The time the long was down here, not here. Okay? Not down here, not here. Down here, not here. You could, and it still could work out for you. But your risk versus reward is a lot higher here than it was down here. You know? All right. So, yeah. I think when you zoom out on the Bitcoin chart, it doesn't look too shabby right now. Yup. I'm sure you don't know. Dude, I have no idea. I told you, I have a 2-inch cock. Clint has a 1-inch cock. Mine is 2 inches. You know what I mean? I have no idea what it's like. I wouldn't want like a massive cock. You know what I mean? You should probably stop talking about this. I wouldn't want that. That just sounds miserable. That was a time for a short-term swing trade. Facts. All right. What else we got? Anything else mooning? Uniswap is mooning. It's so funny how far we've come down from this previous top. Like Uniswap's up 8% today, which is a big move. But then look at the daily candle. Right? It's so small. It's so small. That's what she said. Look at that candle. It's so small. Uni could just be back testing previous support as resistance. But look at Uni, man. Uni's got that daily setup we just talked about. And the Uni actually might already be playing out. Like, look at Uni. And what's interesting about Uni is we know Uni in the beginning of this move, way back down here, we know Uni was one of those first movers, right? It really started moving before everything else did. Right here, Uni actually looks like it has that nice setup. And here's the setup, man, right here. Right here, man. What's the setup? Stock RSI cross. Boom. Check number 1. Okay? Check. Check it. Cross. Number 1. Momentum wave. Crossover. Step number 2. Green candle. Step number 3. If you can get a bullish engulfing on the daily too now, it's not too shabby. Not too shabby on the daily. Once again, weekly probably looks the opposite, but let's take the short-term moves for now. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We're not talking about weekly moves here. Weekly still looks shady, like we said, guys. I mean, the weekly close last week was not very good. Not very good at all. Uni has a 2-inch cock. It does have a 2-inch cock. It does. It does. Uni, you won't be surprised if it tests right here, which is the previous closes right there. See that? Previous close right underneath, and the previous wick bottom right there. So pretty much just back testing previous support and not trying to flip it as resistance, basically. You know? Uni has a 2-inch cock. Got to cool off after this last move? Yeah. I pretty much bought all the alts that look like this. Nice. Nice. Let's see. All right, Bitcoin's getting the blue vector candle here. What's blue vector candle? Well, I would say be careful on this 1 hour move for Bitcoin, right? You had 1, 2, 3 hits to the upside. Okay? Shout out to Gaetino again. The market makers love the power of 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3 hits. Get people to FOMO in just to bring it back down. All right? So be careful. Blue vector candle, stopping volume. Which means that volume's starting to slow down a little bit. Okay? You had big volume come in, volume slowing down, come back down. Maybe that doesn't happen. And that's why you got to wait for the close, because this blue vector could turn into a yellow vector if more volume comes in for the rest of the hour. Hourly close, 24 minutes. More volume comes in, that turns yellow. That's a lot better than having the stopping volume candle there. Segways are my perfect. Yes, let's see what the stock markets are doing. All right, so NASDAQ trying to bounce back a little bit. I guess. Not really. Trying to, a little bit. S&P, not really doing anything there. Not really doing anything, my friends. Not really doing anything. S&P should, I mean, keyword is should. Actually, no, I take that back. S&P is just in a weird spot. It's in a very weird spot. It's not really at, like, is it at a support looking left? No, it's not. So I don't know what is necessarily keeping it up at this level particular right here. It would make sense for this to come down a little bit lower, man. You got the bottom of this yellow vector right here. There's nothing really there to keep this up right here. NASDAQ, is there any support here? NASDAQ actually has support where it just bounced off of. So NASDAQ has a lot of support there. Right here. Right in that range right there. Right? You see all these previous highs looking left? And then you got support there, and then you got resistance right there. You actually have a lot of support right there in the NASDAQ. So, we'll find out. We'll find out. The morning fake out. Hey, I'll take a morning fake out all day. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Crypto was pumping. Everything must have gotten better over the weekend. Macro must be great. Time to FOMO. Dude, we got a lot of stuff coming in September. A lot of stuff coming up. Another CPI, another rate hike, another Powell Fed meeting, more jobs reports. We got a lot of things coming in September, man. September, everyone's saying September is going to be a shitty month. Everyone is saying that. Even George said that. You know what I mean? Does that mean Bitcoin moons to the upside in September? I don't know. I have no idea. Even George said that Bitcoin usually has a horrible month in September. Be careful about September. That has to mean maybe we pump. I hate when people say this month is usually bad, this month is usually... Dude, Bitcoin's only been around for what? Like, when it's actually had liquidity, it's probably been around for like 10 years. Like, where it's actually had the liquidity to actually mean anything. 10 years of data is not enough to say, all right, this month is bad and this month is good, right? April's usually a good month for Bitcoin. It was horrible this time, okay? September's usually bad, okay? Okay? What does that tell me? It doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell me anything, man. Everyone always says September is bad. Always, man. Just like everyone said April was good. Chicken. ETH merge. What do you guys think? You guys, all right, let me check this poll out real quick. What comes first for Bitcoin? 22K, 47%. 19K, 53%. So about 53% say 19K. It's okay. It's okay. We're pretty much right in the middle, I guess. Slightly. Let me do a new poll real quick. One last poll, and then we'll probably call it a stream here. Will September be a green or red month? Will September be a green or red month? Yes or no? Green, red. Let me see what you guys think. For the markets, September is always spongy. October as well. Seems like 9 out of 11 Septembers have been bad. Is that enough data, though? You know what I mean? 11? And you can even count 11. Like 2011, was there enough liquidity in the market to really use that? 2012, was there enough liquidity in the market to use that? You know? Those were like at the absolute like lows where Bitcoin was at like $1. You know what I mean? We could move the market with like $1 million. You know what I mean? Less than that. Is that enough to say? I don't know. We'll find out, right? No one has any idea. I'm just kind of speculating here. Let's see. So far, 59% say red. Let's see what happens here. 59%. So it seems like, all right, the initial vote says about 60% red. So it's probably going to end up where the relative vote is, by the way. Tonight, guys, we got the first round of Crypto Madness tournament, okay? Who will win the Crypto Madness tournament, my friends? All right, who will win? We had a lot of votes come in. I think we had 88. We had 88 people join the contest. That's pretty good, man. Remember back in the days, we usually had like 30 people. So almost 90 people joined this contest. What I think I'm going to do, guys, and this is kind of like a win-win, I guess. What I'm going to do is, I think going forward is half the affiliate link revenue that I get, I think I'm just going to give back to you guys in these contests, okay? So be prepared for that going forward, but keep that in mind there, right? So keep that in mind. So it's pretty much a win-win. Doesn't cost you anything to use my affiliate links. Doesn't, right? And I pretty much give it back to you anyways. So it's a win-win for both of us, I guess. So there we go. 88 people have signed up for the contest. There we go, man. There we go. So congratulations. I will be saying this. I will win the contest. If you don't think I'll win the contest, well, quite frankly, you're going to be wrong, because I win every single game and every single contest, every single game and every single contest, okay, that I play. Why? Because I'm a genius. Clearly. All right. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to call it a stream. First round will be today. So I'll update this today, right before the stream. I'll probably update these right before the stream. So round 1 will be updated. Whoever is the highest gainer goes on to the next round, right? If they're both losers, the lowest loser moves on to the next round. Okay? If you got one right, you get a point. So we shall go from there. I see you round 1. Adios, my friends. Have a fantastic day. Fantastic day, my man. Don't do anything I want to do. Don't panic, sell your crypto. Most of all, don't panic, sell your crypto. All right? And, yeah. Don't be afraid to take profits in the bear market pumps. You see what's going on right now. All right. See you guys. Peace out. Enough scouts. Peace. And I'm still here, man. I'm still here. Here we are. Peace out. Cub Scouts.